Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. As the young and the restless, Sally picks up the pieces after being betrayed by Adam, she isn't doing it alone. She has in her corner someone that's a bit new and different for her. A friend. I think that she believes she doesn't need anybody, but she also understands the value of being with somebody. Courtney Hope tells soaps in depth, and Audra, it seems, is the perfect partner in crime for Sally. They can really influence each other in the moments when they need it, Hope suggests. When Sally needs a little bit more chutzpah and strength because she's heartbroken, or when Audra needs a little bit more compassion. That's been really fun to play in that dynamic, she added, because they're both very strong women, and you don't want to cross them. The tag team may be about to teach Kyle that lesson. He painted a target on his back by getting Audra pink-slipped from Blissade. And if you recall, Sally has never had a problem pushing his buttons. If she and Audra put their heads together, they could surely not only reduce his romance with Claire to rubble, but get him moved straight from the executive suite to the unemployment line. As it is, Claire isn't crazy about how gleeful Kyle was over his backstabbing of Audra, and we all know Victor loves nothing more than pending staff. In the heart of Genoa City, the air buzzed with tension. The young and the restless had seen its fair share of power plays and romantic entanglements, but nothing quite compared to the burgeoning alliance between Sally Spectra and Audra Charles. With their eyes set on one target, Kyle Abbott, these two formidable women were ready to stir the pot in ways the Abbott family would never see coming. Sally, fresh off a tumultuous chapter in her life, was no stranger to the cutthroat world of fashion and business. Her fiery spirit and penchant for drama make her both a magnet for trouble and a force to be reckoned with. On the other hand, Audra, a newcomer with a sharp mind and a knack for strategy, had quickly established herself as a savvy player in the corporate arena. The two women, though very different, found common ground in their shared ambition and a growing resentment toward Kyle's perceived entitlement. Sally had been nursing a bruised ego after her latest attempt to take over JCV, Jebot Collective Ventures, had been thwarted by Kyle's relentless push for control. Meanwhile, Audra, having recently clashed with Kyle over a business deal gone awry, felt that the Abbott heir had underestimated her capabilities and vision. Over a glass of wine at society, their conversation shifted from pleasantries to plotting. "What if we joined forces?" Audra proposed, a glint of mischief in her eyes. "We could outsmart him together." Sally leaned back, intrigued. "I like the sound of that. He thinks he can play the game without consequences. Let's show him just how wrong he is." Their plan was simple yet ambitious. First, they would create a diversion that would distract Kyle from his responsibilities at Jebot. They decided to throw a lavish event, a fashion show, highlighting local designers, which would draw attention away from the boardroom. They could then use the chaos to infiltrate the Abbott family's inner circle and gather intel on Kyle's business dealings. As the two women began their preparations, the excitement was palpable. Sally handled the creative aspects, reaching out to her contacts in the fashion industry to recruit local talents, while Audra worked on securing sponsorships and media coverage. They were both shocked and thrilled at how seamlessly their skills complemented each other. The day of the fashion show arrived, and the energy in the air was electric. The venue, a chic downtown loft, was decked out in extravagant decorations, and a buzz of anticipation filled the room. Local influencers, journalists, and socialites were all present, and the atmosphere was ripe for drama. As the models strutted down the runway, showcasing designs that celebrated the diversity of Genoa City's fashion scene, Sally and Audra exchanged glances of satisfaction. This was their moment. But they weren't done yet. Kyle, unaware of the brewing storm, was busy dealing with a series of crises back at Jebot, believing he could manage everything single-handedly. Just as he was about to leave the office for the show, a text from his father, Jack, popped up on his phone, reminding him of an urgent meeting regarding a critical merger. Torn between duty and curiosity, Kyle made a fateful decision. He would delegate the meeting to his team and head to the show. As the show progressed, Audra and Sally took their chance. They blended seamlessly into the crowd, using their charm and wit to extract information from unsuspecting guests. They discovered a few secrets about Kyle's dealings, mismanaged funds, potential partnerships that were on shaky ground, and a rival company sniffing around for weaknesses. While the show captivated the audience, Sally and Audra whispered plans to one another, strategizing on how to use this intel to their advantage. They were not just there to showcase passion. They were preparing to dismantle Kyle's confidence and reputation piece by piece. As the final model walked the runway, a hush fell over the crowd. The moment had come for Sally to take the stage and deliver a speech that would solidify their newfound alliance and set their plans into motion. "Thank you all for being here tonight," Sally began, her voice steady and passionate. "This isn't just a showcase of talent. It's a celebration of resilience and creativity. And tonight, we're standing up against mediocrity, against those who think they can take everything for granted." The crowd erupted in applause, but Kyle, standing at the back, felt a sinking feeling in his stomach. He could sense something brewing beneath the surface, something he hadn't anticipated. After the show, as the guests mingled and praised the night's success, Kyle sought out Sally and Audra. "Great show. But why do I get the feeling there's more to this?" he asked, crossing his arms defensively. Audra smiled, feigning innocence. "What do you mean, Kyle? We're just celebrating the local talent." "Cut the act," he shot back. "You're both up to something." Sally stepped forward, a sly grin on her face. "Maybe we are, Kyle. Maybe we've realized that together, we can bring down the castle you've built on borrowed power." A tension-filled silence enveloped the three of them. Kyle's mind raced as he processed the implications of their alliance. It wasn't just about the fashion show. It was about a calculated move that threatened to undermine everything he had worked for. In the weeks that followed, the fallout from the fashion show echoed throughout Genoa City. Sally and Audra expertly leveraged the intel they had gathered, planting seeds of doubt about Kyle's leadership at Jeba. Rumors swirled, and soon, they had supporters rallying behind them. Local designers, business owners, and even some of Kyle's own colleagues began to question his decisions. Meanwhile, Kyle found himself on the defensive, struggling to keep his footing as Sally and Audra tightened their grip. What had started as a petty rivalry escalated into a full-blown power struggle, with the stakes higher than ever. The battle lines were drawn, but neither woman was prepared for the twists and turns that awaited them. In the world of the young and the restless, alliances could shift like sand, and the game was just getting started. As Sally and Audra savored their temporary triumph, they knew that their partnership was fragile. In Genoa City, trust was as elusive as a summer breeze, and they were in for a whirlwind of drama, betrayal, and ambition. Their quest to bring down Kyle Abbott had only just begun, and with every move they made, the tension escalated. Would they succeed in dismantling his empire? Or would the repercussions of their actions lead to unexpected alliances and consequences? As the curtain fell on their initial scheme, one thing was clear. The battle for power in Genoa City was far from over, and the stakes had never been higher. Sally and Audra had ignited a fire, and they were ready to watch it blaze.